Hey everybody, Joe from Complete Carnivore here. Today we got our brisket. Today I'm going to be trying out a new trimming knife. We'll get to this in a minute. This is a knife I've been using for years. It's just Dexter Russell 6.5 inch boning knife. And great knife. It's like 25 bucks, so it's cheap, sharpens easy. It doesn't necessarily hold an edge for a super long time, but if you sharpen it regularly, it stays plenty sharp for trimming a brisket. But I got a new knife that I want to see if it's better. This is the Dalstrong Quantum 1 series. Their packaging is always pretty cool. So it's got just little books and guides, and that's, I believe, a cleaning cloth, and all the different series have a different pin. This is the first Quantum series Dalstrong knife I have. I have a couple other Dalstrong knives. They're over here. We got this 10.5 inch Shogun. We got this 10-inch bullnose. This is a Gladiator series. Like I said, this is the Shogun series. Both great knives. I love them. They're my go-to knives for most things. I mean, this is big, but you can still chop good. Even fine stuff like chopping garlic. I still like this knife. But those are the ones I have. I have a few more knives as well, but they always have pretty cool packaging. It's got this little cool sheath on it. So this is the Quantum series. You can see there's kind of a little pattern on here. Let me give this a quick little wipe down, since this is the first time I've really ever used this knife. So we'll see how this knife does. See if it's sharp out of the box. See if it does a good job trimming. We'll see if I like it. So we'll put this stuff away and let's get to trimming. Like I said, this is the Dexter is a curved blade. This is a straight blade. They make a curved version as well. This one is $72 regular price. Like I said, this one's about $25. The curved version of this is $90, I believe. So not a bad price for a knife. It's more expensive than these. I know there's a lot of barbecue restaurants and meat restaurants that use these and use them for a few years and get rid of them. And at 25 bucks a piece you can do that. $72 a piece, you kind of want to hold on to the knife. This isn't going to be a brisket trimming video. I am going to be trimming a brisket, but there's a lot better places out there to find information on how to trim a brisket than me. So go watch those videos if you want to learn how to trim a brisket. We're just going to see how sharp this knife is. Even cutting through this plastic right now, I can tell it's super sharp. We're not going to do any cutting paper or any stuff like that. I don't think that's a good test of a knife, because how often do you really cut paper when you're in the kitchen cooking? So I like to test knives kind of in the real world. Now, this is a couple days after Thanksgiving. Our freezer and fridge and everything were packed. So this is still a little bit frozen, which for trimming, I don't think that's a horrible thing. It'll be thawed when I cook it tomorrow easily, but all right. So let's start here with this big chunk of fat. Let's see how well this goes through it. Even with this fat being kind of frozen, this knife is doing a pretty good job here. Just nice big long strokes, and it slices through. It slices that off. Usually when I do brisket, I like to save the trimmings, grind them up with burgers. I have a lot of brisket trimmings in the freezer right now, so I'm not going to worry about that. Let's take a little bit more of this out. But yeah, this cut's really nice. It's nice and smooth. So I usually like to start out kind of taking off the whole side here. This is the middle of the animal where they split the carcass, and they treat the meat, and it kind of is just brown, looks ugly. Also doing that kind of gives you a good idea of some different fat caps. I'll have a lot more to take off over here, I think. But let's start shaving this down a bit. Like I said, this fat is still kind of frozen, which makes trimming in some ways easy. But this knife is definitely sharp. I mean, you can just drag it right through and it cuts off edges. Again, don't mock me for my horrible brisket trimming. I'm going to scalp something here, I know it. But it's a pretty decent sized fat cap, so yeah. Right about there is where you want to go. Let me get some off this side so we can see what we're working with. A little flappy thing there we want to take off. Yeah, we got a big, thick chunk of fat here, so we're gonna take that down. But yeah, it slides right through. This is a sharp knife. It's a good knife for 70 bucks. I think I'm gonna enjoy using this knife. I'll use it regularly. And I got another new Dalstrong knife I'm gonna use to slice this brisket when it's done. My normal slicer, well, that's over here too, is this one, this Dexter serrated slicing knife. I like the serrated knives for slicing brisket more than the straight blades. But I got a new Dalstrong knife, and I'll show you that when I slice the brisket up. But we got to trim a little bit more off here. This flat is really thin here, so I'm just going to go ahead and let's round that off. Blade's pretty flexible. I mean, you can see it bend. So filleting fish and things like that, it's going to be pretty good. When I used to, like when I trim briskets, I try to keep every little bit of meat possible. But since I started grinding up stuff like this, this is perfect for burgers. I mean, you got a lot of meat there that you can't really smoke. That's thin enough it would dry out. Got good fat. Grind that up with some chuck roast, and you got a pretty good burger. So we'll take a little bit more off here. And that's gonna be pretty good for the flat. I'm gonna have to work over here. So like, I'm not gonna show you the whole trimming process because I'll probably embarrass myself more at some point by doing something foolish. But yeah, that goes through there easily. Shave this down a bit. All right, so I'm gonna cut off here, and we'll see when this is done and smoked, and I'm gonna slice it tomorrow. It's Saturday today. We're having this Sunday dinner. So thanks for watching. The Quantum Series knife, it's great. Almost all the Dalstrong stuff I've had has been nice and sharp out of the box. There's some other knives I've tried that haven't been quite as sharp out of the box. They end up, if you sharpen them, they're great. And the other Dalstrongs I've had, they've held the edge really well. I went for like a year when I first got them before I had to sharpen them. I probably could have sharpened them sooner, but they were still plenty sharp. So yeah, we're just gonna keep trimming it. There's not a lot more that needs to happen. Have to do some work up here and figure out what's going on. But yeah, you can see this is going right through it. Great brisket trimming knife. I like it. I'm not sure if I like the curved or the straight more. I think I might have, maybe the curved one would have been a better way to go, but yeah, it's definitely sharp. It does the job. So like I said, I'll be back and I'll show you the slicer knife in a couple minutes here. A day of real time, but a couple minutes of video time. Go. All right, brisket's done. Like earlier in the video, you saw I trimmed it with the Dalstrong Quantum Series. Let's get this unwrapped and get it sliced. Looks like there's plenty of liquid in here, which is good. As far as cooking this, it just went at 275. Took about, I don't know, 13 hours, 12 hours. So, still hot. Might be a little too hot, but it's time for dinner and I'm hungry. So, can't really see that on this cutting board, can you? Let me get a different cutting board. There we go. Now you can see it. It's a good looking brisket. Like I said, this is the normal slicer I've been using. Just a Dexter slicer. I think that's about a $40 knife. But today we're going to be using my new Dalstrong Gladiator slicing knife. Let me show you this thing. See if I can do it without getting the box too greasy. This is the blade. The blade, it's a bit stiffer than this one. This one's somewhat flexible. This one's a bit stiffer. They both are serrated. This one has the Granton edge there. Theoretically, it helps food release better. The one thing I don't like about the Gladiator series is the bolster here goes all the way down. So on some of the other knives, it makes it a little bit more difficult to sharpen all the way to the edge. But that's a pretty minor gripe. So we're gonna see how this slices. I know this knife does fine, but it goes right through. I'm not gonna slice the whole brisket just because I like slicing it as we're putting it on the plates, but no, that slice is good. little bit of a crusty edge there. But yeah, this is slicing super nice. I like it. I think this is, don't quote me, but $110, $120, somewhere around there. But that's a pretty good looking brisket. Let me take a bite. Yep. That's a solid brisket. So let's do some cutting on the point here. Kind of goes right through it. Makes nice slices. The pieces are staying intact, which is always good if you have a dull knife. Sometimes the pieces can fall apart. Sometimes if you get a crustier edge like that one was, it can snag and rip, but this one's cutting right through. So, like I said, these are more expensive than these. This one works. I think this one works better. I think it's a little bit sharper. I think it has a good edge on it right out of the box. I've never really sharpened a serrated knife. I know some people can, but I don't use this a lot. I use it maybe cut bread, maybe even slice bagels in the morning, but it's not like an everyday knife, so I shouldn't need to sharpen it all that much. But yeah, these Gladiator, the Gladiator knife and the Quantum boning knife that I used, they're both excellent knives for brisket. Dalstrong has a bunch of other series. Everything I've had of theirs I've really liked and enjoyed more than I thought I would. I thought they were kind of gimmicky when I first heard about them, but they put out some good blades, and the price is pretty decent. They're not cheap knives, but they're not $300-400 professional quality chef knife. They're great for home cooks, great for backyard barbecuers, and that type of thing. There's a lot of pro chefs that do use these. There's a couple Facebook groups of Dalstrong users, and a lot of people post in there that they use the Dalstrong, whoops, every day in their kitchen. But great knife. Go check them out. I'll put links down below in the description. But yeah, those are two great brisket knives, the Quantum series boning knife and the Gladiator slicer. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions about Dalstrong or anything, let me know. Happy to answer them. Got a couple other Dalstrong videos. One unboxing my first two knives, and another one unboxing some other stuff, and one on some cookware. Cookware is really good too. I like that. Go check them out and let me know what you think.